Hey everyone, I am here to update you on how week 34 of my pregnancy went. Today is June 14th. I am 35 weeks and 2 days, so I'm filming on Friday. I went out of town for like one little last vacation, I guess you could say, with my husband. We were just gone for like 2 or 3 days. We went to Houston for something that he had to do for work, but we were able to spend the evenings together and do some stuff. So I went with him to that. I did bring everything I would need if baby decided to come though while I went to Houston, because it is a couple hours from where I live, and just in case he decided to come, I was ready, but he didn't, luckily, which is good. So I have had quite a few changes this week. I think this is like a pivotal moment in my entire pregnancy. It really just, everything went from where it was before and now it's drastically changed. You know, from here on out is going to be a whole different thing. I've never been pregnant before, so I've never experienced this, but I really think that baby has dropped into his position that he's going to be. The reason I feel this way is I feel like I look lower. You know, it's hard to really tell when it's your own body. I asked my husband though, and he says he does think that I sit lower. Like when I'm standing up, especially, I can tell, but the space between my breasts and the top of my stomach is wider than it used to be. I used to feel like my breasts were like resting on my stomach, and now there's more of a gap. And then on top of that, probably about 2 or 3 days ago, I started to feel baby's movements very, very low in my abdomen, like way, way down there, literally an inch or so above where baby is going to come out. So way down there, way under my pant line, which I used to not feel him move that low. And he's been head down for at least a couple weeks now, because when I had an ultrasound, I think at least 6 weeks ago, I don't know, they said he was already head down. He was at least in position as far as that goes. But I think he finally just slid way down in there. So his head's way down there, and then his feet are up near my belly button. If you follow my belly button over to the right is where his feet are at. And they've been in the same spot now for at least a couple weeks. I haven't felt any really, obvious movements on the left side. So I think his feet are stationed up there, and then he is head down, ready to come out. So that was a big change for me when that happened, because I started feeling a lot more pressure down there. For example, it's not really like a bad thing. It's just when I stand up, I feel like I have to go to the bathroom. Even if I am standing up from the toilet, I literally just went to the bathroom. It doesn't matter. As soon as I stand up, that pressure is there again on my bladder, and I feel like I have to go. And sometimes it'll go away. I'll just be sitting here and I'll feel this urge to go, and then I'll stop. So there's definitely a lot more pressure on my bladder than there was even before. I thought I was going to the bathroom a lot before, but this is a whole new level. I could literally go every 5 minutes. So I don't fully empty my bladder is what happens. It just, even if there's a little bit in my bladder, I feel the urge to go. So that's a huge change. I've just kind of learned that even if I feel like I have to go, I don't hold it forever, obviously, but I definitely don't go every little tiny time that I feel like I have the urge, So I will just wait until maybe every 45 minutes to an hour I will go and try to get out as much as I can, and then I'm gonna feel like I have to go still, but it's just the feeling. That's one of the weirdest things that's happened so far, was that pressure and that feeling that you have to go all the time. So that was a big change for me. It's also harder to bend over. I thought it was hard before, but now I literally can't bend over. I feel like I have to kind of squat and then reach instead of bending completely forward like you normally would. That changed a lot when I feel like baby moved. Now I still get short of breath. Everyone was saying that when baby drops and is not pushing on your lungs as much, that you won't feel as short of breath, but I still do when I'm walking. And I think it's just because I'm carrying around a baby, and that's just taking a lot out of me. I'm not used to carrying around this much weight, and I think I just get tired. So instead of it being more him pushing on my lungs, it's more I'm just so tired from carrying around the weight that I just get out of breath and I get tired. So all of that has happened. My other symptoms, there's really not any. Like the heartburn, I haven't really noticed at all. Every now and then at night, I get like a little bit of more pressure in my chest, but Tums doesn't help it anymore. So I'm not even really sure that that's heartburn. I never had heartburn before, but I just get kind of more like pressure, I guess, in my chest. But that doesn't even happen that often. Sleeping is still a problem. I can fall asleep at night, but I wake up at really odd hours because I'm so hungry, or I guess I'm done sleeping. I don't know. I think that's a way of baby preparing me for motherhood because I know I won't sleep much or through the night when he's here. So I don't sleep 100% well. Sometimes I can fall back asleep and sometimes I can't. So my sleeping schedule's a little bit off. Other than that, none of my symptoms are really that major. I haven't had anything else really crazy. The back pain isn't even that bad. Sometimes I get sharp shooting pains in my back, like I think it's the nerves, but some days I go without having any back pain at all. Even my headaches haven't been as bad. I've only had one major migraine the past week and then a little bit of a headache every now and then when I wake up. It usually goes away though, so really, it's just that baby changing position was the biggest change this week and the biggest problem I've been having. So my weight is 144. I don't remember what I was last week when I made a video, so I don't know, but it's 144 right now. I'm definitely noticing a little bit more fluid retention, especially in my ankles. Not really anywhere else. I don't feel like I'm seeing it in my face yet. Some people, you will see it in their face, and you may see it on mine near the end more, maybe. I don't feel like it's there right now, but I do see it in my legs a lot. My shoes do not fit the same. None of them. Even, I brought 3 pairs of shoes when I went to Houston, like a pair of flip-flops, a pair of flats, and a pair of sandals that's kind of strapped on. And by the end of the trip, I couldn't wear any of them comfortably. Whether they were squishing my pinky toe, or the top of my foot was hurting, or the flats just wouldn't fit on my feet anymore. There was a reason why all of my shoes do not fit. So I definitely can tell that my feet have gotten some extra fluid in them. So I think that's really all the changes. Nothing else that I could really think of, nothing major. I had an appointment last week on Friday. I told you in my last video that my doctor wasn't in, but nothing really happened at all. She just measured baby and said everything's fine. It literally took like 3 minutes, so there was nothing there. Then I go again next Wednesday. I go just for her to check me up again, and then after next Wednesday, I will start going once a week until baby gets here. So, and next week she also said they're going to test me for strep B, which I know a little bit about. I know that if you have that bacteria, which women have that naturally a lot, but if you have it when you give birth, the baby has to be treated and it can cause pneumonia in the baby, and it can be a really big problem if you actively have that bacteria when you give birth. So they try to check you for it and then treat you even with antibiotics before you deliver. That way you don't have it when you deliver. So I don't know. I don't think there's really any signs of you having it, no symptoms if you do have it. So I don't know. I don't think I have it, but I could very well have it. She said she'd just treat me with antibiotics if I do, so we'll find out next week. They just swab you down there and just kind of test your little swabby and see if you have it, and they'll treat you. So that's about it. I will definitely go ahead and show you my stomach. Okay, so today I'm just wearing this like big beach cover-up is what it is, but it's just comfortable for me. I'm at home lounging around, so it just works for me. But I'm gonna lift it up, and I just have some like black capris on and a black tank top. So I'm gonna lift up this shirt so you can maybe see what I mean by my stomach dropping. I just feel like right here, this kind of gap is more prominent in that he kind of sits down further than he used to. I don't know, it might just be me, but I really feel like he is definitely lower than he used to be. So this is what it looks like from the side, and then I will show you my stomach. No changes with my stomach, no stretch marks still. You can see that I told you last week that I took my belly button ring out. You can kind of see a little bit of, like, I don't know, it's almost, the skin is just a little more purple around the area where it used to be, so there's no problems with it or anything. No infection or no, there's a little scabby that was on it, but that's really all it is. My skin is blotchy still, like it has been the entire pregnancy, but no discoloration. No stretch marks or anything yet. I've just been putting my cream on a couple times a day. So this is what my stomach looks like at 35 weeks.